As many of you are painfully aware, Sandra, Irina, and I were part of a secret elite team known as the Super Immaculate Larry Leong Best Friends Gang, otherwise known as the Yearbook Club.
Elite? It's secret because it's child labor.
Shut up, Sandra!
Where's the lie, though?
Anyway, at first we were excited about our new positions. We were told about them at the end of junior year, and we were like, oh cool, maybe this will help us get into college or something, no pressure. We were sorely mistaken.
Yearbook was like opening the freezer, looking forward to having the last scoop of ice cream in the carton, only to find out that not only did someone already eat it, but your dog crawled in there and died. And someone shaved off your eyebrows.
Despite us being the best of friends, it was not long before tensions began to run high in the small lunchbox Leon called a yearbook office.
I did things with a plastic cafeteria fork that, I deeply regret.
We eventually got to the point where we were constantly at odds with each other, and started blaming one another for all the things going wrong. Just the sight of Liang's room could begin an argument. Our wonderful friendship was being torn apart by an aging deaf Chinese man and 160 blank pages of evil.
Liang noticed this eventually, and one day called us together and sat us down. We thought we were about to be berated, told we were failures, and the worst yearbook editors he had ever seen.
All of which happened, just not that day.
Liang told us he knew how stressful the process was, and he'd seen many editors come and go, but no matter how difficult things got, they always managed to pull through in the end.
And then he took Sandra's hand in one hand and my thigh in the other, staring directly into Irina's eyes, and said, "Friends should stick together. Spaghetti should not."
And that was when we finally figured out the solution to our problem.
You know what they say. In the face of great adversity, truly resilient, determined people persevere and overcome all odds.
And what are we if not determined?
So, instead of stressing and straining,
moaning and groaning,
whining and pining
about how we'd rather be dining
on a Pop-Tart, we found a silver lining.
We
put aside personal issues and learn to work as a team?
Oh God, no. We stopped caring.
We began playing music during meetings after showing up 20 minutes late, laughing at our mistakes, and hardly spell-checking our captions.
Irina!
But through all of that, we strengthened our friendship, and even though we wouldn't recommend doing yearbook, we won't ever forget it. A small part of us, deep down,
deep down, like Mariana Trench deep,
might even be proud of and miss the yearbook experience. Between Irina's maniacal laughter every time Liang mentioned the atrocity that was the guidance page, and the degradation of the apple, we turned what could have been a horrible experience into some hilarious memories and inside jokes.
Right, I don't hold any grudges at all.
None whatsoever.
Let's share them with you now.
The portraits page for the senior portraits at the end, that is not auto-generated. We had to do that manually.
You had to do that manually.
Yes, I had to do that manually. And I had the list of all the seniors in front of me. I was doing it alphabetically to make sure to get them all right. And I guess I kind of wasn't paying attention at one point, because I got through the L's, and I moved into the P's. But my eyes just kind of drifted back to the top of the L's page on the paper. I was like, okay, Ruta Lee, Rachel Lefkowitz, and kept going again. I realized my mistake almost immediately, and I switched out Rachel Lefkowitz, for the correct person. But I did not notice that I had put a second Ruta next to Vivian What's-Her-Face, whose last name begins with a P. And I went through the entire senior portraits page, and when I finally got done, I didn't notice anything was wrong. The index in the 2014-2015 Lower Moreland High School yearbook is a hot mess. Oh, the index contains such gems as we tried to make our distribution of people in the yearbook fairly even. So, you know, it ended up kind of like this. Chong Stephen, page 103. Kyoko Alyssa, page 61. Jake Claire, page 19. Alexandra Marie Choo-Choo, pages 22, 28, 19, 92, 93, 112, 116, 117, and 160. The New Black,
which is Orange the New Black.
Franco upside down question mark S. James. Lady Gaga. Cheyenne Jackson, the actor, page 16.
Wait,
Seungwon Jang, page 103. Irina Javid, pages 29, 82, 87, 92, 93, 113, 120, 122, 143, and 160. Elizabeth Hansel, pages 95 and 119. Theodore Hansel, pages 2, 17, 22, 29, 35, 82, 83, 85, 112, 119, and 139.
Literally, Leon said, "Is this your yearbook or Theo's yearbook?"
Levita Nguyen, page 10. V. Nguyen, page 124. Those are the same person. Han Kim, page 102. Joseph Kim, page 82. Rachel Kim, pages 21, 24, 35, 82, 83, 85, 89, 90, 92, 93, 121, and 160. Amanda Nui, pages 3, 34, 39, 57, 85, 89, 124, and 125. You are on both sides of the spread. Prisbalinski Aaron, page 109. Prisbalinski Kaylee, page 126. Spelled slightly differently. Prisbalinski Aaron, page 62. Spelled differently again. Prisbalinski Kaylee, pages 60, 61, and 127.
What did you do? The computer did this, right? And then you had to go fix it. I assume you didn't fix anything.
I tried. Okay, there's only so much I can do. The first and probably the most notable is on the opening page. You can see it looks like this. Yeah. You know, raise the bar, it's all nice and pretty, got a picture of the school. At the bottom it says Volume 81. So it's the 81st incarnation of the Elm Leo yearbook. Student population, 741. Want to know a secret? Totally made that number up. I have no idea how many students go to our school. None whatsoever. I don't even know if it's in the 700s.
This is obviously Joey.
In a complete rookie mistake, we labeled Joey as Marissa. Marissa's.
Jarissa.
We labeled Joey as Marissa, and she called us out on it. It was really awkward. Part-time work page was a bit of a struggle for us because we had to get people to send in photos of themselves at work. We got some nice ones, you know, Sarah doing something with a donut, Rachel Mormosheim scrubbing down a table. Up here you see a picture of Theo, dressed like an Eskimo. This was taken abroad, and the caption reads, "Looking outside the bus's window and contemplating the complexity of life, Theo Hansel commutes to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. His work there is part of his lifelong dream to help children with cancer by finding a cure."
Good caption.
Total lie. I've got a picture of the good sis Eric Tabak, actor extraordinaire, with Marissa Tomei and Cheyenne Jackson. This photo I stole from IMDb. So, on the baseball page, which was the first page I ever made for a yearbook, I thought I would put in a cute little Easter egg. So I took Irina's senior portrait, I made it really transparent, and I put it in this kid's face. So it looked like he was catching Irina's head. Someone was a party pooper and took it out. As you may or may not be able to see, David's face is on this guy's butt. Because since they got rid of Secret Irina, I decided I had to do something. So I took David's senior portrait, I made it really transparent, I put it on this guy's butt. So as you can see, clubs, we have the art club photo on the right here. Let me read the names to you. Back row, Mrs. Stephanie Elfstrom, Rebecca No, Chloe Berger, Ruta Lee, Jessica, Christine Cho, and so on.
Who even cares?
Poor Jessica. The last page, which is the goodbye page, the closing, the last sentence is, Nadia Sali said, "This year has been so special, and I can truly say that I will always remember my high school experience." She doesn't go here.
One day, we walk into the room, prepared for a meeting. Actually, I think I walked into the room, and that's why I saw it first, because Ben was still hiding in the hallway. There on the table is a blue plastic hand, and in that hand is a plastic bird. And immediately my brain tells me a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. So I tried to explain this to Ben and Irina, and they knew it was a saying, but they didn't think they didn't think that is what that was. And then suddenly, during our meeting, Mr. Young stops, and he goes, "Guys, what is that?" And so I don't know how to communicate this to a deaf man, so I'm just like, and he got me. He's like, "Yeah, two in the bush." And And I'm like, yeah, I got it. And then I was
They
like,
have a special connection, Sandra and Mr. Leon.
when yearbook began, I think we had a good 10, 15 members. Many writers and many photographers. When yearbook ended, it was me, Ben, Irina,
Sort of.
Sarah, and Rachel Kim.
This monstrosity is the guidance page. Why, you may ask, does the guidance page hold so much importance to our crew, to the yearbook crew? You know, it's an ordinary page. You got some pictures, you got some captions. I will tell you why the guidance page is such a sensitive topic among us yearbook folk. When we presented Leon with this finished page, because it was way overdue, we took really long to do this, because it was difficult to get pictures, because the guidance counselors were busy often. We presented this page to Leon, finally, and left. And we came back the next day, he threw the pages down on the table, and he looked at us and he said, "This is the worst page. On the surface, it looks okay, but take a closer look." The lead picture is Janet Dunn and what used to be Emily Shapesky's face before we put it directly in the gutter. This is called the gutter. Her face is straight in there.
Didn't it take you like a week to figure out what he meant by gutter?
Yeah, he kept changing his mind about whether he wanted things facing into the gutter or out of the gutter. There we go. So that's thing number one, and it's the dominant photo too, so that's crap. If you look carefully, you will notice that all three of us appear on this page.
And Theo.
This picture of Irina, this picture of me, and this picture of Sandra. All three were staged, all taken on the same day, all terrible, speaking cinematographically, because the focus of the picture is at both ends. There's nothing in the middle except a couch. Same here, me with Miss Forcina and Sandra with Miss Blanche. And the fourth picture we chose to include was Theo Hansel, who Leong had already banned from being in any more yearbook photos. The degradation of the apple. Probably the worst thing that ever happened in that room.
Equally the best. Do you want me to...
I think you should, because Sandra originated it, so she should tell it.
Irina had apple slices like she normally does. But today, Ben had a whole apple. Because Ben bit into his apple at the same time that Irina bit into her apple slice. And I was
The
like...
crunches resonate.
I was like, guys, look, you're the same. And then I was laughing too hard that for a while you guys were like, what's going on? So then I was thinking that because Ben had a whole apple, and Irina had apple slices, that they were showing the stages of the apple. So eventually we came up with the degradation of the apple, which starts with the whole apple, which goes into apple slices, which goes into apple sauce, which goes into apple juice.
And it evolved into this modern art piece where, like, it's a bunch of people standing in a field, and they're all wearing white robes. And in their hands, cupped, one person has an apple. The person sitting at the other end has the apple slices. Someone sitting at this end has apple sauce. And in the center, like the Greek goddess Aphrodite emerging from the sea foam, there's another person drenching themselves with a bottle of apple juice.
But in all seriousness, we're so proud to have gone through the experience together and grateful to have Irina as our friend and supporter during the whole thing.
Congratulations, Irina. We love you.